Very good morning. What to say? You see, when the mind is empty, let's not put it like that because that looks like there's some sort of um, not a true being. When there is more space between the thoughts, everything, you have two choices. You can choose to try and fill the spaces, or you can choose to let the spaces be. Now, I think Jiddu Krishnamurti excelled in using the spaces. Because the spaces is what you're listening to from Jiddu. So much interest in his appearance, in between the spaces, in his language, in his internal projecting. Because the ego mind will tell you, well, it won't tell you, it may suggest to you that you need to fill the spaces. We haven't got much time in this life. And you haven't got much time between your business meeting and your hairdresser. So you have to tell that story very quickly to the taxi driver. And that's a very good opportunity to look at this present moment. Since there appears to be much more space between the speaker's thoughts or mind. The capacity of the mind is just like the capacity of the computer. It can hold 234 gigabits. And we're less reluctant to delete certain things that may come in handy, or you may need for evidence or something or whatever. You find a way to store and to put things up to the cloud, iCloud and all that stuff. And then you die. The body dies and the information is in all the clouds. Because you've got so much information inside your storage hard drive that you can fully fill each cloud and the whole of the Earth's atmosphere. And there's a storm brewing, you see. And this is awakening, when the storm brews and something has to give in, give up, give way. So this one moment, everything, the whole of history, you can look at it in centuries, you can look at it from the Big Bang existence, and ongoing into billions of centuries in the future. All the information on all this history, past history and future history, is stored in this one moment. So this one moment itself makes a mockery of time. It makes an absolute mockery of time. Because in this one moment, in this present moment, in this here and now moment, you're living every life that you ever lived. every breath that you ever breathe in one pulse. One snapshot. All over, all gone. But this natural consciousness, it wants to experience it. So it wants to experience it as if it's an ongoing, infinite journey about itself. And the mind, the human mind, or any mind, in this one moment cannot facilitate every single experience in every body in every century that you have this you, this emptiness, this self has encountered. So that's the limited human mind, you see. So the one moment reveals truth. Everything is non-moving. There's only one moment, it's stable. But something allows it to expand and stretch either way, so that we can be here as humans, as bodies, or whatever you want to call yourself. So it's not the best, presence is not the best place to be every moment of every day of your life, because you're not experiencing, it's impossible, you see, even Christ could not remain present. Presence means the space between the thoughts, because there's nothing happening. There's no thinker, there's no past thoughts, there's not even present thoughts about. In this present moment, I'm thinking about having a cup of tea. I'm thinking about itching my nose. I'm thinking about something that I may encounter in this present moment. I'm thinking about the possibility of seeing God in this present moment. I'm thinking about just giving up because there's nothing happening in this present moment. These are all present thoughts. So there's no space, you see. When there's a thought about anything, there is no space. Now, what is the validity of space? The human body, the human mind, it doesn't want to fill every cloud with information, with every part of the body, with every atom and molecule with information, because there's a storm of brewing, and it brews into some sort of illness. So we don't want to be ill, you see. So you have three outlets, you see. You have forgetting about the present moment and just resorting to past and comparisons and measurement and time and future and getting on and fill up the hard drive for the storm to brew, and then the storm brews, and then fortunately, if you're fortunate, you can overcome this illness. If you're not, body's not fortunate, then your body will die through this illness. So that's one way. The other way is to stay in the present moment. And in this present moment, it's just peace and tranquility. And you can continue with your life, whatever you do, work, painting, but you're going to be very unaware of accidents and things that could go wrong when you're not focused on the fast track life, you see. No one's in the present moment when they're driving on the motorway on a Saturday afternoon down in London. Everyone's looking. Yeah? Thoughts. What's happening? So it's a very dangerous place to be unless you're a monk sitting on your field every day. And the third outlet is to use both of these to establish something fantastical, that's beyond even the present moment, beyond past and future, beyond presence, beyond time, beyond consciousness, beyond I. Not many choose this one. Not many have the fortune to have the mind, that balanced mind, that desire, that longing to find something really genuine. When the scientists go into space to find different planets, it's not genuine, you see, it's just a nosiness. What is the aim? You see, if we find that planet, what are you going to do? What are you going to solve? You're going to have more problems. You're going to have more desires and wants and needs to do something with the planet if it's habitable. If it's not, we'll just mark it on the map and we'll give it to the children and their geography class, and if they know the name of the planet, they'll get a mark, and then they'll get a job as a domestic cleaner, because, you know, it serves no purpose unless you want to become a scientist, and you can't become a scientist unless you have that financial backing and that university status. So it's just a vicious circle of part discovery of nonsense. But anyway, this one moment, the monks, the Tibetan monks, they describe it as the first two letters of this one moment, Om, because that's what it is. It is a stable, singular, infinite, whole, silent, still moment with a conscious ability to move, to transcend. I call it flat line. In the hospital, when you're connected to that machine where it shows your pulse, your heartbeat, boom, 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 boom. And when it goes, the body's dead, you see. But the flat line's not dead. The flat line is still. You're on that elevator, that sideway ramp that they have in the airports, where you just stand and it moves you along with your case, saves you walking. You know, you're transcending into the next gate, you see. Infinite life.